Just keep this here so we know what time it is, but I'm not...
I had food, Matt had class, and we're ready to finish the trial.
We're ready to finish the trial. We just learned the shocking secret. I'm pretty sure I'm quoting what Monokuma was literally about to say. Let's resume the class trial. So, if you want to know...
We just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
And if you want to know my thoughts on that, just watch the end of the last
I don't know his
episode.
reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no
Do you remember where
problem
we're at?
gaining access to the boys'
More or
locker
less,
room.
Just what is your running theory?
I don't
Say it
understand,
for the people.
because the idea of Chihiro getting into the locker room was a very big point of like, wait, hold on, how does this all fit together?
Yeah.
So now that we know that Chihiro's a boy and can get into the boys' locker room whenever he wants, that doesn't that doesn't necessarily mean, like, the only reason the killer would have had for doing it, for moving him into the girls' locker room, was to make it look like a girl had done it.
Yeah.
As opposed to all the other reasons involved as well.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but
Like, I can definitely see why
through
this
and through.
is uncomfortable for a lot of
So
people.
then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
In canon, it's fine.
But somebody-
it's not problematic.
The
Somebody
victim
died.
was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
And that's the evidence.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Yes,
I still don't
that's what we
understand
said.
the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well,
Kyoko, be my wife.
I must admit, I did find it
Yeah,
rather
be your
odd.
husband.
Be my daddy.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Okay, you're not a hot slice of man either, Byakuya.
Excuse me, he's the hottest slice of
Titillating
man.
situation.
This is more my speed.
Great, I love it.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Except for the one on who killed
Okay,
Yeah.
Hiro. That's a
connected
big...
or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting.
I just love his attitude. I just find
Very
it
interesting.
fascinating of an attitude to have in this game, you know?
He's off in his own little world.
I think that's why I like him so much as a character.
After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did.
Yes.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Bro,
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us
I
solving
mean, is he
the mystery.
wrong?
if they all voted Byakuya and he was the wrong killer, would Byakuya die?
No, yes. So
Okay.
only the killer goes.
Okay, so
free.
he shouldn't be that calm.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
It's either the killer dies or
Might be
everyone but the
because
killer
it
dies.
doesn't have
Even
anything
if you
to do
vote for
with
the
it.
wrong killer.
Right.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
He was literally like, hi, Genocide Jack did this. Look at all this that I have that proves that Genocide Jack did it. Clearly I
Consciously
couldn't know
chose
that,
to
you
use the
know?
extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Maybe.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Okay.
Mark it as correct?
But was he in cahoots with somebody?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why were you in there?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the
I feel a
truth.
little called out by that line, but I love it.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Your reasons are very important.
Now then, if it wasn't me, Who was it?
Well, that brings us back to Toko.
Well, Toko said it couldn't be her because she wasn't using her modus.
Oh, that's right. I only
Right.
remember the fact that she only killed guys. And I
No.
was like, is that going to be a...
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
That sounds like something a killer would say.
No, I'm with Makoto.
Are you just
If there's any doubt whatsoever,
I'm out of
we need to
ideas.
explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die
The
here.
evidence is not that fresh in my mind either.
There's also a point in the first trial where Leon or someone was like, Taka was just like, well, let's just vote, and Leon was like, majority rules. Do you think that's a good idea? It's like, Leon, yes, we do. You would have gotten away with it if that was.
Very well then. I'm with you too.
I don't know. That didn't make sense,
Straight.
but I think you know what I meant.
What are they agreeing to?
To
I was
keep
not
investing.
Okay.
Talking
You
about it.
have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this
Now's
all
not
as
the
a
time.
group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of
I just
hide and
love
seek?
him. He's just such a snarky little a-hole, and I love him.
Byakuya didn't do it.
Then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? One thing we can be sure we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means
I love
that's not
three genders.
the
Sorry.
Come on, conservatives. Instead of your attack helicopter jokes, make genocide Jack
Jack.
jokes. Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in.
Male and female is out. Genocide Jack and Jill is in.
Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy.
Unless... Yeah. Had to be a guy.
But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Oh my goodness. I feel like there's just not enough evidence. Celeste's account. Ah, shoot. What was Celeste's account?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead
Celeste's
us to
account was talking about I saw Chihiro
In
leave
the
with
warehouse.
tracksuit. Yeah.
Yes.
Did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
There's some pretty bad outbursts.
I want him to get really emotional, like as the trial goes on.
No,
he's not the only
What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
I know you were waiting for it.
I love
The rest of you
Toko's
had no
sprite just
idea,
chilling.
did you?
What is it? Is it
That
just
is
the
why
tongue
you're all
thing?
making
Oh.
such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
What? What was Chihiro doing
I
in
saw
there?
him stuffing
We
a
know.
track jacket into a duffel bag.
What?
And then, I assumed, he headed
No,
off
but
to
why?
exercise.
Like,
to
what's
get
in
the
there?
tracksuit?
Was
The
it-
tracksuits are in there, yeah.
I just assumed he brought it with him when he came to the
No.
school. Okay, that's different.
A track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
That's true.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Okay, I'm gonna go down, have I? Better get going.
Better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Also, I'm a man.
Chihiro
What?
told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together? But Hina and I had invited
Oh,
him to
Hifumi's not the
exercise with
culprit
us
then?
plenty of times, and he always declined.
Am I wrong?
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
Okay, so that narrows it down to like who? Mondo, Taka, and Hiro? Like,
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
no evidence.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
That's my thought
No.
exactly.
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Just give us the evidence. Don't be cryptic.
It's a game, Daniel.
You know who the killer is.
Yeah, it's one of us.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two
Track
pieces
jacket.
of evidence that we don't have?
In a duffel bag.
I encourage you to keep going. It'll make itself clear. No, I understand where you're coming from.
We wouldn't know how to
But I
use
just...
it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine.
Thank you.
Celeste,
You're all smart and
did you notice
stuff.
anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
That one is a key piece of evidence in a murder scene.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Let's.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer?
I don't know, bro.
Somehow it's really hard to believe.
All of this is hard to believe. I still want to accuse Byakuya. I still think it's him. Okay, so let's account. Yeah, we got that.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading.
Yes, locker
He
room
was
workout.
on his way to go exercise.
Yes. Checks
So
out.
next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
Maybe he was gonna run.
The specific tracksuit.
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
You shot it with the silencer.
I have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
Thank you for your input.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
Nope.
No way. Not a chance.
Okay. There were not many
Right?
options.
What he just said without even realizing it?
This is kind of a tricky one, but I want to let you figure it out.
First
There are
of all,
only like
we
two
know
things
where
I could have
Chihiro
hit.
was heading.
He was on his way, so next bit,
Why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! It's that
What do you
tracksuit
mean, the
because
specific tracksuit?
It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Wearing, yes.
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't know.
I don't even have
Okay, we know.
Because exercising sucks.
I have a white
I
tracksuit
got.
personally.
Shoot. Okay.
Nope. Yes, I see. So what you're saying is I have no idea.
Shoot!
That's what you say.
What?
I'm just gonna let you figure this
First
one
of all,
out.
It's
we
gotta
were
be
on his way,
Mondo's.
so next bit,
Unless
why did he
Chihiro
choose
wasn't on his way to go
the
exercise, which
specific
might actually be it now that I think about it.
So, what the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
Try this one.
No,
Is that it?
it's wrong.
You'll see.
I didn't get any of this in my
Hold on a
investigation.
second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. Then I assume he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
I thought it was blue.
She never said it was, though.
I
She said
was-
it to you. She didn't say it in the trial.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue
It's a tricky
tracksuit?
one. It's a tricky one.
You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's
So
tracksuit?
they assume that you will remember as the player and the picture that you saw, but that you'll think that they
Figure
didn't.
out that they don't know.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, it's. I took a break, man.
It's tricky. It's tricky.
As a matter of fact, it was
Blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Only
The
you,
only
Makoto.
one I told about any of this was you.
Big Mac.
Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
Of course not.
The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry?
She gets little nicknames here and there.
I like it.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
When I was killing him.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
This is so much
Yeah, it didn't help that we took an hour break in between, but...
Dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff.
Because everyone's like, what do you mean we know, Kyoko? We don't know.
Clearly not.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Just goes to Toko. Somebody say tongue.
That's why we said we knew to
It like unfolds like a carpet.
Like stairs.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions
I'm right
about
next
him
to you.
from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
Imagine what secrets you could be hiding in that hair of
That's a
his.
good question.
I hope it's this one.
Because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point.
She just ignores you.
But you tend to refer to men and women.
I didn't know that she just ignores you. Makoto's like, is it because you hate him? Anyways, Mondo. I really didn't know that happened.
Dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to
So
him
this is
as
kind of a
dude.
stretch.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me
Again,
that Mondo
think
knew
about
something
Japanese
we
and
didn't.
honorifics and
Notice
the gender
Wait.
terms they have for people in Japan.
I noticed that he was calling
Chihiro dude, yeah.
I just assumed that was part of his character.
Yeah, no. And I think in Japan it's more obvious because he uses a female honorific. Yeah, also that.
You're positively. You're not a basket of roses yourself right now, Jill.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Which we established is at least 3 people in this circle right now.
Mondo,
What? There's at least
was
3
it
people in
really
there who are
you?
capable of this.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
No, Byakuya is not capable of having friends. Neither is Toko.
Toko is absolutely capable of having friends. I'd be your friend in a heartbeat.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
It's been like 30
What gives
seconds
you the
since she
right to
accused
treat me
you.
like a goddamn criminal.
The fact that you're the ultimate gang leader.
Yeah, he would never do something like that.
It's his
This is
bro!
a false accusation.
I forgot about that.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
That hasn't stopped you guys yet.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
He says that all the time.
I think it's a yokai reference or something. I'm not sure.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Oh, I feel like I know where this is
Jeez,
going.
is your confidence
What do you
just
think
get
he's
up
gonna
and
say?
walk away?
I feel like he was watching
Come on,
them in
man.
the
Just tell us.
sauna, and he was like, I could have killed you. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say he was just peeking in the girls' locker room like,
I just said that because I wanted to look like I had an idea of
oh,
what
and I
was
called
about
you
to
out on
happen.
it.
Totally called my bluff.
Alright, cool.
Here it is.
Look what he has.
Oh, convenient.
What do you have there? It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
It's mine. It's mine. Ooh, this is a tough one.
I got it!
I figured it out!
Chihiro's handbook was
By
missing
process
from
of
the scene of the
elimination,
crime,
it
right?
wasn't mine.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
But like Leon's was
You're
broken.
right. They're not. They're totally
So it's either
waterproof
Leon's
and shock
and
resistant.
Chihiro's is still
It
missing.
would take an awful lot to break one.
Or
And yet,
Chihiro
this one
broke
does
too.
appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
Is it
for all
though?
your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Ooh. Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Yeah.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation.
Hitting its weak point.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point.
Some of the multiple
didn't you?
choice ones, it's like, okay, Makoto, we know this.
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
It's the screen.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in
If you
quick
give it a kiss, it
succession-
explodes.
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
He's not gonna tell you.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands.
No, it's fine.
But you're sure you won't follow
It's a lot
their
of just
example?
listening at this point.
Yeah, I don't
Then
have.
allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break.
But
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
that's an important detail. Everybody is so dumb, except but the people who aren't are all like, you guys
Welcome to,
figured
the
it out.
welcome to the Danganronpa effect, where during every
Temperature in
trial
the
you're just
sauna
like,
can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates
thank
a
you.
cooling
Thank you,
layer of
Monokuma.
air
What about
around
tacos?
your skin. If the hot air of the sauna
I guess Taka
were
took his clothes off
somehow
before he got
pushed
in.
directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away.
Monokuma, we're doing a
That's why
murder
you
trial
may
right
feel
now.
burning when you move around.
Not a science lesson. Come on, this is the closest thing to a class we've had this whole time.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That should close it for this trial.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
Love Ofumi still, like...
yeah.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Why are you
How'd they find
lying?
out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I just don't have anything to say.
Indeed.
Quite the mystery.
Trying to turn it into some kind of content.
Right, I'm just trying to do Hifumi's face.
Take me a
What if
second.
they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
Like they didn't do it on purpose.
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
You good?
Oh, I don't know.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Why did it stop working?
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Just look at Mondo.
I know. I'm still mad in the
I
corner.
won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
You were the only one that witnessed this, to be fair.
Am I?
Yeah, they were both
I
like,
might know someone who
we're
did.
having a bro-off. It's right before nighttime.
Oh yeah, you needed to be the witness, I remember.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna would.
Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna.
Byakuya. It was Byakuya.
It had to be that person who wore all their clothes into the sauna. That person who's also the killer, who wore their clothes into the. Why you lingering on my girl? That's all I got left. My favorite character's dead. So is my waifu. That's all I got left.
Your
And
handbook
Hina.
got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
And Byakuya.
Hina's my plan B too.
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago.
I think some other stuff
remember?
went down, but I left before that happened.
No, I'm pretty sure it was all an endurance contest. Okay. Sorry.
Yes!
Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Did you?
What is this? I don't remember what this is.
Make your argument. Okay.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Wait, no, hold up. Hold up.
You missed!
Oh.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I could just prove that, I'll show that handbook Mondo as supposed to actually
Let's test
be. Let's get back over there.
What he says you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo's hand, then that proves that what Makoto...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, it's wrong.
Prove it, fam. Take it out right now.
Do it, you won't.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Does it have your name on it? Look, mine does.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
Watch your profanity.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
You picked up on that quicker than I did. I was just like, what? No, now there's 3 broken handbook. What?
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy
Oh, he didn't
it.
take Chihiro's, he took Leon.
So
Yeah.
the broken handbook in the main hall...
So Mondo broke his handbook.
Was like,
"Aw,
dang."
crap, found Leon's and was like, well, this'll work.
The handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook?
Hina, we've been over this like
in
3
this
years
trial.
ago.
In this exact
Here's how
trial.
I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student.
An object.
But if they're dead, they're not
He
a
said that
student.
earlier.
Yeah.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
True.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
I don't think it's extinct.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
It's so sad.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
Poor Taka.
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Guess what time it is?
So it all started with Sayaka.
That way,
Comic
everything
book
will become
time.
clear.
Comic book
Oh,
time.
this is
Time
hard,
to
actually.
make
It was
a
last time.
comic book. Don't forget, you can click on stuff to see
Okay,
hints.
so Chihiro got that. Celeste saw him.
I
and
love
then
him, for the record. He's adorable.
this looks like it should go next, yeah? Yeah, he was
You
putting
can-
it in.
don't forget you can also
Celeste
click on the
came
question
in.
marks to get
Forgot about
photos,
that.
yeah.
Celeste saw Chihiro in the waiting house. Yes.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Bam, bam. Sorry, gotta run.
Gotta
he
go.
gets scared. What does this say? Two. And
Act
then,
two.
Act 2. I thought it was AA. Like,
Act.
2. Okay, so those things. Card reader. Where's the card reader? This one could be it,
You've
actually.
gone as far as you can go to the right.
I realize that now. Oh, there's so
There's a decent amount.
many. Let me double check real quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the right one.
Something
yeah.
everyone has that we need to get in.
locker room.
Okay, so he goes in, he gets into the locker room, finds
That's
Mondo.
a meme. Yeah, that's a meme picture right there.
Mondo's
Naked
just
gray man.
sitting in there?
Just like, what's up?
Oh gosh, wait, this one should come next.
Yeah.
Because he had to go in the locker room first. So then,
that's so nice.
Chihiro is happy to see him because they were working out together.
And he's like, I am naked on a bench. What's up?
Minor details. Chihiro's like, alright, I'm gonna get changed now, and
weapon the killer used
picks up the big old dumbbell.
I don't know if that's the right one. I'll tell you that just off the bat.
What?
I think there's another dumbbell one.
Definitely not.
There is, but okay. Okay, go off. Be wrong. It's fine. I'm just trying to help us get through this quicker.
Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, you had to pick it up first. Excuse me, princess.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So Mondo comes up behind him
and just
splurts.
No. This one is weird, so I would recommend using it because I don't know exactly what it's asking for.
As murder took place and blood splattered onto something, didn't it? She saw it. She's the witness.
The big boobed supermodel.
Big teeny goth GF.
Okay.
Big boom supermodel. Oh no, what have I done? My mustache is falling off.
Okay.
It's his mustache.
I mean, there's a tragedy on our screen, but sure.
Look at his mustache.
I understand it's his mouth. Can we go on with it? You have somewhere to be. I don't.
That's a solid point. Okay. So he kills him, and then he's hiding up, switching stuff. The rug to disguise truth switched around the rooms, as well as something else. Took the poster off the wall. Hugged Chihiro because he felt bad. Which locker room did he move to? I'm just gonna use the hints. Killer took something from the locker room, switched it at the scene of the crime.
Honestly, everyone should use the hints and they don't.
Shoot, what did he take? Something I've already done. Oh, he puts it up, I guess?
Yeah.
He feels bad. He has to... Okay, so he does that. He decapitates her, it looks like.
And then Byakuya
comes in.
Enter Byakuya.
Here's where I get lost.
What was it that he brought to the murder scene? It could only have been
this, because it wasn't there to begin with, I guess. He then ties up Chihiro and puts him on... What is this? Is this the sauna?
More. That's the sauna,
Ah, shoot. That's gonna throw me off, I think. Oh, he gets this, because he had it for some reason. Okay. He brought that
to the murder scene. There we go.
I gotcha.
I'm trying not to like backseat too
What's
hard.
This one?
But also
what did he
like
use to disguise what had happened.
I think it's Bloodlust. I think it's that one. You're doing great. You're doing so good, Daniel. You're doing so good.
Where did the killer go after they were done?
Easy. We know this.
He went to the sauna.
Boom. Bada beep bop. Pow.
Then, what is happening here?
He's throwing the...
Oh, he drops his... Oh,
yeah, he's throwing the handbook
it doesn't
into
work.
the sauna.
And then he gets a new one.
There we go. Okay. I think that should all be right. And now we watch Makoto. Overly long explanation of the trial.
Before the incident.
Alright, Makoto. Pop off. Go off, sis.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the
Like,
warehouse.
I stand by. This art style makes everyone look cute. I stand by
She was apparently
that, like, I love
something into a
Chihiro.
duffel bag.
I still think Chihiro's adorable.
Yeah.
That something was a blue tracksuit.
What is this?
You have blue tracksuit.
We wear tracksuit in mother country.
When it's cold
With
outside.
bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
That troublemaker.
She made
that
her way to the
hooligan.
locker room, specifically the boys'
Stop
locker
calling
room.
me machine now.
But how could the victim,
It's kind of
who's
inconsistent.
apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he.
It's not Chihiro. It's Chihiro.
Which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys'
No,
locker
it's fine.
room.
I'll just zoom in on my face during that.
Fair enough. I don't blame you.
Once inside,
What's going on? What are there?
and the person he met was the one who killed him.
But why did Mondo want to kill Chihiro?
I don't know. That hasn't been explained.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro,
And pumped iron.
and attacked him.
I don't like the crunch.
Splat.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Sorry, Makoto. Wham! Boom, 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 boom.
Last Christmas. Sorry,
It was likely
every
in the
time.
heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Okay, but did Mondo know that Chihiro was a boy before this happened? Or was he just in the right place at the
Which
wrong
is why
time?
the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room.
How? How'd he get in?
A girl's
assumed that he
handbook
just
was
used
necessary to get into the
Two
locker
goers,
room,
I
of
guess.
course.
Oh. Because he would have already
This
known because
alone
his was
doesn't
broken.
prove that the killer was
So he
necessarily
would have already known,
a
oh, I
girl.
can just use the ones from the main hall.
I thought it wasn't broken yet.
No, it was. This was after he
Sayaka
broke
and
his
Judo's
handbook
I know,
in the
but
sauna.
placed in the main hall.
The sauna thing came
Using
after.
one of those.
the
No, he
murder
put
in the-
Chihiro's in
into the
after the
girls'
murder.
locker room
Oh, into
without
the
much
sauna.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
His handbook was already broken. He was already using Leon's at this point.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
It's just how proud Makoto sounds of that.
changed
What you
the
might
la-
call a crime scene switch.
Yeah, Makoto, you tell us!
I just always anticipate it before it happens.
That could have been the end of things.
But then this douchebag
Yeah, I don't
had to
understand
muck it
why.
all up.
I don't get why this.
Decided to
Pretty much all your questions will be
intervene in
answered by the end.
situation.
Okay.
Making
Yeah, we get. Sorry, more complicated. Makoto's just taking a while.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library. And then he got to work.
Could you imagine if he actually did get scissors?
How is he getting into the
Used
girls'
the
locker
cord
room?
to
Again,
string
assumed
up
that he just
Chihiro's
used-
lifeless body.
It's assumed that he just used that. Also, technically speaking, once the body was there, Monokuma didn't let anyone go in, so...
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime.
Makoto
He
Nayeki.
wanted
I
to
was thinking
create the
something
illusion
along
that
those lines.
Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Genocide Jack was here.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade,
Just for
the
fun?
killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's
Which they
bag
never
and
address
other
where it
belongings,
went.
arrived at the sauna.
Like, where did he get rid of them? Did he just put them in his room?
Probably put him back in the warehouse.
But they're bloody.
No, Chihiro didn't have time to get him out.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That would make. I've never thought of that this whole time. I've always been like, how did he burn him? Like,
No,
Just as
Chihiro's
the
body is
killer
still in
expected,
his normal
The
clothes.
steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Oh,
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
get wrecked,
dang.
Mondo.
Not what I expected.
Right?
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
Well, let me go back from the beginning one more time.
You need evidence.
First,
You need
Sayaka
proof.
asked me to switch rooms with
Without
her.
any proof, you
Then
can't
Mondo
get any
killed
of this
Chihiro.
out of
Any
him.
questions?
Evidence that Mondo is the killer, that already revealed itself like 2 seconds ago. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the rhythm game. Whew. Talk a little bit about fever time and... Well, during a bullet
That's
time battle,
dangerous.
if you press the RB button,
Okay.
fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max.
Dope.
At this point, even if you push a button to random, you won't miss. It's basically just push buttons. It's just mash A, Y, A, Y.
However you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault.
But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best time of your time. Okay. Of course, it won't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates it during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm.
But I can just listen, right?
Yeah, if you were to activate Fever Time at this point... No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't even know what I was worried about.
Okay, well, obviously they won't be trapped.
Surprisingly, if your action is difficulty set, generally won't use it. Good luck and have fun. Basically, it's just... You don't have to worry about seeing your cursor.
Does the universe explode if I do it at the same time as my
No.
opponent? He's my opponent?
Yeah, because he's sad and he's arguing against
Okay.
you.
Do I have to press...
You're wrong.
You walk on and then shoot.
I won't listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I refute you. False.
Wait.
Show me some evidence.
You have to shoot down the sentences. So now you have 2. So now,
I won't
yeah.
listen. False. I refuse
I
to
can't
vote.
hear the music over
Then use your other thing.
You're
You have to
wrong.
just keep going. You're literally. It's not the best explanations, but
You're corrupt. Is he gonna go
I think
down?
you're doing it too fast, but
I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
there you go.
There we go.
Final strike.
Show me some evidence.
Prove it.
It was pretty close to not being a thing.
I wanted to see if I could.
It'll just go back to the rhythm game.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing that rhythm game.
Thinking
No
so
one really
far is
ever
right.
does.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
That's what
Once
I'm-
we
yeah.
do that, we'll.
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
At least he manned up at the end.
Bro!
I've got it! It was Mondo!
That's great.
Look at that. That was a I got so many monies.
I'll go spend those in between this and the next recording session.
Many monies.
What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
So what's his secret?
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting. No holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
Good job, Buzz.
Will you make the right choice?
We didn't
or
make the joke.
dreadfully wrong one?
Never mind.
Oh.
You didn't even think about it. I did.
Okay.
What's it gonna be?
Okay, we get it, Monokuma. We're voting for someone.
gonna be?
Yeah. Who is found guilty? Let's see this time. On curtain number 1, we have Mondo, and Mondo. Congratulations. Ooh.
What?
Oh, I just used to everyone reading. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing?
For killing someone.
Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of 2 men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can fast forward.
So here's what I will say. Monokuma was about to monologue about their story the whole time. You could just read it normal if you want.
Anyway, there once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki.
Or just be you about it.
He had
Sure.
an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. Same, bro. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. It also helps that he was only 4'10".
Yeah.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy.
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
And weak.
Weak.
I think that every time I hear it, so I'm sorry. I just had to, that's all.
Oh, remember when these people were all alive? Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses up like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
hey,
That was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm
sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it.
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later.
After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
That's not going to fix it. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. Biker gang fella.
Yeah, it's like you can go whatever
Painfully
voice you
clear
want.
about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided to Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo is the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage.
So, this is supposed to be Monokuma.
We went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to
Correct.
that. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro.
Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Oh.
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that terribly
Oh,
done?
sorry.
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep a secret?
Come on, now's not the time to be dumb. Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see?
Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed?
Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you...
Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. What, his own secret? The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
You good?
Sorry, yes. Just ate a lot of food.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something you didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat
How many
myself.
times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother!
You also made a joke about that earlier. That he killed someone. And that was a secret.
Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, made all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Even longer hair. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle.
So they're a walking JoJo reference. Diamondo is diamond. Crazy Diamond is their gang. It's like a JoJo thing.
Lovely.
That's all.
Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
That sounds really gross.
Yeah, not great. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
Kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh?
Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride.
Could someone like that really be our leader?
Yeah, Sakura.
All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, yeah, that's not murder.
Yeah.
Mondo, you don't have to feel bad about that. I mean, you do, because you're reckless, but... Oh. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I messed up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Not that he had much time to. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together.
Yeah, trying to do the...
Because it's the team.
Voice through Monokuma.
No, that's just what I pictured him as saying, like,
great.
on his own.
Great, I love it.
There's
There's just
together.
tragedy on our screen.
It's a promise between men.
Wow, great. I love it.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed.
Not to interrupt, but like, let me know if you do need to stop at some point.
Let's cut here for a split second. And that became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. Cool. He wanted to be He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. Oh, it's the opposite of what Chihiro did. Aw.
I think it is a beautiful literary juxtaposition. That's all. I'll get into it at the end.
And
but
yet,
I adore this trial. I think it is so good.
as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Blackjack, anyone? And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why
Mondo.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness got into my throat and made it hard to talk.
There's a lot of talking, yeah.
Turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, which way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would.
But
You're right, but
Oh, he's projecting.
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
Why?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
Why?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you making fun of me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. Admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya. Okay. I don't remember anything after that.
Yeah.
I woke up in the middle of this trial. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, he was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded.
Yep. Yep.
Look at him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
That's the first time. Fun fact. This is the only time Kiyotaka ever says a bad word. Is these?
That's kind of sweet.
Just shut up, you son of a! Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
That's kind of sweet. There's channeling his bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want.
I could be wrong on that.
Is what I want
They'll
to
roast
say.
me if I'm wrong, but
unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be. You mean execution?
Execution. Execution.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For yeah.
Wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made.
From one man to another.
He read it.
Did he?
Read it, yeah.
Oh.
That's fine. Sometimes it takes a while. All right.
Let's go.
Mondo's execution.
Game over. I'm very curious. I mean, he's probably getting run over with bikes, right? That's my initial impression. Something along those lines, maybe a little bit more gruesome than just getting run over, but like... Oh? Where is this going? We just... I was gonna say, I hope he just gives him a haircut and he just
Mondo's got
dies
a
from
great
that.
sense of humor.
This is awesome.
I'll explain it when we're done, but yeah. The Cage of Death.
Okay.
Vroom vroom, mother.
Oh man. Oh. Interesting. What exactly?
Just keep watching.
Is he just like shocking him to death? With the bike's own like... And then it stops at the top and falls down. Oh, no.
Oh, physical.
Oh, he's just gone, fam.
He's butter now. Any questions?
Yes.
So
A few.
this is based. So we'll give it a second to
finish out
whatever
yeah.
the next line is. So basically, it's based off of a Chinese myth that there were two dragons that were two tigers that were chasing each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those fables or something, like a Chinese fable of two dragons that chase each other around in a circle until they eventually start running so fast that they turn themselves into butter.
Wow.
It's a weird reference. No one really gets it, but Mondo's butter now.
Love that. Also, kind of looks like Hifumi has lost hair.
Anyways,
wow.
So Mondo butter.
Oh, Toko's back to normal. That's good.
It can't be.
I don't believe it's not butter.
My brother.
Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again.
Alright.
Everyone's lives are taken so lightly
I didn't
here.
realize Makoto was 13.
I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen.
That's so good. He was in like 3 different registers there.
As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were forced to realize once again. But he, of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game.
Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
I mean, like...
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except
However,
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder?
No. He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up.
You did all that to liven things up?
There's less lives than before.
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene?
But man, if we hadn't figured out who had really done it, you would have been dead too, right?
Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course.
Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Or kill. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Stop talking. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next! You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating.
Does not deserve New World Order.
These punishments are meant to transform
This
all
song
hope
is
to
too
despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Woohoo, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue.
Yep.
Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us.
Because they're gonna find out I wet the bed.
All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Wow.
Oh. Well, anyway, like I was saying...
I'll let you decide who voices this gray person. I don't want to lean
this
into
is
any.
a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
For the record, I think they're referring to
Sayaka.
Sayaka. Yeah. It's just a
Once
weird
things
translation
really
thing.
get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
Oh?
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming it's Kyoko, right?
What? Am I gonna tell you who it is right now? No!
One thing I'd like to ask you. As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Okay. Okay.
Alright,
what do you say we...
I'll let you save the game, but
yeah,
couple things that I do want to say.
Yes.
Number one, this is my favorite trial of the whole. I know you have somewhere to be, so I'm gonna make it kind of brief. My favorite trial in the whole series, I think, is a work of literary masterpiece. The story behind them, I think, is a brilliant story. I adore the story. Yeah, okay, good. I just love the story. It's very tragic. It's just a tragedy all around.
Yes.
Mondo was just weak. I just really like the juxtaposition. You picked up on it, but I just really like it.
That weakness comes in many forms.
How the strong man was the weak one, and how the weak one was
being strong.
Actually the strong one, and I just adore Chihiro, and I just think it's great. And also I see a lot of myself in Chihiro with the whole, like, feeling like you're not manly enough, feeling like you're not good enough for people, and like, yeah. What'd you think?
I don't want to say I liked it, because not a lot of, like, happiness was happening.
No, I think it's fair to say it's a good...
It was interesting.
try.
I was very intrigued. I wasn't a fan of how they didn't have, like, all the evidence at the beginning.
There's a lot of things that come... I think it's clever. I think it's clever to have characters figure out stuff and not tell you, the main character.
It's very clever,
because it's unrealistic that you would know everything.
Because the last few times, whenever Kyoko was like, "Oh, by the way, like, do that," it's like, all right, well, thanks.
No,
but
I think it's fair.
No, I like it. My voice hurts.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You did Mondo and Monokuma back and forth. That was pretty great. But yeah, I think it's sad, but
it caught me off guard. Because why would I have suspected Mondo?
It's just my favorite chapter because it sets up so much. It brings Genocide Jack into play.
Yes.
It shows that Byakuya straight up says, "I'm going to kill one of you."
Yes.
One of you.
Which he did before, but like...
He did before, but that's also part of this chapter, I mean.
The fact that he just messed with it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way,
It
too.
gives Taka and Mondo's arc a fantastic start, which I think is a really, really good arc.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of sets the stage for a lot of the remaining game.
I'm assuming we know the character that Monokuma was talking to at the end there. I'm not, like, don't tell me, but
I see what
I'm
you're
assuming
saying.
one of the characters
Like it's
we've
one of
met
the characters
before
you've met.
is,
I see what you're saying.
is that. So Kyoko is my initial go-to, because it's like, what is she there for?
Mm-hmm.
But I get the implications that it's supposed to be Byakuya, with the whole, like, I wouldn't expect any less from my friend, and I get the idea that that part was like a prequel to what just happened. So after Sayaka killed somebody, and that trial happened, he was talking to him, and he was like, "Hey, by the way, make things more interesting," which is why he framed the
Basically, what we know is Monokuma has a plant that he told to make the first kill.
Yes.
And did not.
Yes. Presumably.
Yeah.
Looking back, I wonder if there's implications that somebody tried to make a kill but didn't get to it in time. But
We'll have to see. The lighting is bad, which means
all in due time. Yeah, there's sun on my
we're
face.
probably red.
That's
It's
all
probably not looking great, so I'm sorry about that. But
so,
thanks for watching.
Long story short, I'm happy Toko's alive. Genocide Jack could be an issue, but we'll keep that in check.
Here's what I'll say. It's not just, Genocide Jack wasn't a thing, and she just comes in. No, she's around.
Yes, I know,
She
she's still
exists
there.
now.
Because
so
nobody can do anything. It's like, no, I didn't
I
kill
will
him.
also say this ahead of time. Genocide Jack has free time events. However, you have to max out Toko's before you can do Genocide Jack.
So we're getting there, is what you're saying.
I don't believe in this chapter she's ever Toko during free time events. I think she's
Dope.
Genocide Jack the whole time, so
Well,
I don't
that's
think we can.
Kind of interesting.
I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think in order to get to Genocide Jack free time events, you have to spend all your free time with Toko beforehand.
Nice. Oh, like every single free time?
It might be possible, but we'll see.
Oh, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna spend time with Toko anyways.
Anyways, thanks for watching.
Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next episode.
Have a
I'm very
fantastic-
curious to see where it goes.
Chapter 3,
Chapter
next
3.
episode.
Question, how many chapters?
I won't tell you that because I think it's a bit of a spoiler.
3.
There's at least 3. Yes.
Okay, greater than or equal to 3.
I don't want to tell you that. I specifically avoided telling you that because some people say it right off the bat, and I'm like, when you get to the late game, it kind of ruins some things.
Right.
So,
Okay,
anyways, thanks
well,
for watching.
thank you.
We're
It's been a
gonna leave.
pleasure.
Get out of my house.
Cool, see ya.
Bye!